Cloudy World, we got to talk about a very serious issue. So if you don't know, Rakai just came out and said some very, very crazy stuff about Cenat, and we talking about it. Rakai basically just said today in a recent post in Elite, not even 30 something minutes ago, I can do whatever I want. If I want to take GG from Cenat, I can do it. F you, Kai. I used you and got what I wanted. I don't need you anymore. Now, I'm thinking this got to be like a hack tweet. This got to be something like that, bro. But they saying it's a valid tweet, but we don't know if it was a real tweet or if it's just, what's going on with that. And we're going to break this down because I actually already wanted to make a video about Rakai today. And we were going to be speaking about how Rakai just got exposed for when he was a teenager, having a video where he locked lips with another, a dude. Now, I'm not going to speak on Rakai on that type of level because he's a jit. What I'm saying is that this is actually very interesting because recently GG's Cenat's ex had came out and said that if she wanted to, she could expose him in some very, very rude ways, but she's not going to because he's young. And she also said that if his mom knew what he was doing, she would send him back to Syracuse. Now, I don't know much about Gigi as a person, as we already know she's Cenat's ex-partner. But at first I was gonna say that's a really wacky way to speak about a jit, especially when, his mother has health issues, things like that. You don't know their life, you don't know anything about them. But now that we're kind of breaking it down, I already wanted to speak about this because I think that Kai doesn't really do a good enough job of protecting a lot of these youth. He doesn't really do a good enough job of kind of being that protector that he's supposed to be. Recently, there was a thing about how, if you don't know, a lot of these influencers, these celebrities, these streamers, they all are kind of in the same sphere, the same group. So you, as the adult in the situation, as Cenat, you have to protect your, not only the streamers that are part of your family, not only him as a jit, but you have to protect your product. You're not protecting your product, point blank. And the fact that this is even being allowed and that this type of energy is even being allowed to be even circulate around your group just shows exactly what the big problem is that Cenat stopped caring about really building a brand, a group that really was here. The second he started moving like a business, bro, it showed. And he's trying to do this thing where he's trying to jump into Vivette and these other things, but you can't jump out of the frying pan until you finish cooking the meal. Now, he can put streaming as a whole on the side because he's done that to that extent. But when you have these people in your group that are elevating, these people in your group that are associated with your name, these people where you bought them diamond chains to be literally a reference to what you and what your group is, it's kind of giving an idea of what people think of that you're not really caring about the product anymore or about the individuals at hand. Now, I want to speak about Rakai anyway because a video just dropped yesterday, which was when he was probably maybe middle school or something, bro, on a bus. And he's basically in a video where he locks lips with another youth. Now, I'm not judging this jit. He's a kid, bro. Life goes on. You're going to do whatever you do as a child, bro. It's life. But the problem right now is that this kid is having thousands of random people look up random videos of him. Like this is very easily look up information. Like this should not be the world that we're in right now where these youth are basically a step or two away from being cyberbullied with no protection with them. Like I've seen and we've seen people that have been much more situated, from child actors to people that have been in the movies to things of that nature, who have fallen way further and way worse in much shorter amounts of time. And I feel like no one's really trying to do anything because everyone's just saying, oh, he's Kai, little homie, he's Kai this, he's Kai that. And that kind of makes the whole issue right now where no one's really helping this youth. Even with Gigi, I'll say this with her. I don't really think that it was right for her to even speak on him in any way, shape, or form. You can't say, oh, well, I would speak on that person, but I'm not going to take it to the 10th extent. You already spoke on them. You already brought life with the tongue. You already spoke it into a real reality. The tongue, the words, the words you speak out of your mouth are very powerful, bro. People live by them and people have lost their lives over them. So that's not of a threat to her. That's not of anything negative to her. What I'm saying is that when you're putting that energy out there, you're really just asking for it to come back to you. And I don't think speaking on the youth like that in a negative way is ever going to be, the route. When I see this man, Rakai, and what's kind of happening right now, I feel as if he doesn't really have a strong understanding with how to handle this fame, handle this gravitation, handle these big amounts of things going on all at once, all around him. And it started off, you know, as just being that kid that was doing this motion, but now everyone sees Rakai is likely going to be the next big piece of AMP. I don't think Ray has the social presence to be that next main piece. I think he should be a member of AMP for what they represent, for what their goal is, for what, you know, that mature level of him being older and having a stronger mental, of course. But if we're talking about the next generation, that if Kai was to retire right now, it would obviously be Rakai that they would push. There's no one else who has the time, the interest, the engagement. Duke Dennis is an OG, he's an unk. And Phantom doesn't have that appeal. Agent doesn't have that appeal. Being popular does not equate to main person appeal. People always mistake that. It's the same reason why Beyonce's a TLC, Ray Sherman, Sway Lee. It's not about being a positive or a negative or being entertaining to a million people. If you have a base of 50 million people and this kid right here hits a demographic of 30 million people, yeah, Duke Dennis might hit 20, yeah, Agent might hit 15, yeah, Phantom might hit 20, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if this right here, this youth gives you the time, he has the energy, he's young, he's hungry, he wants to build and establish something, he's got the face card, he has the message, he has numerous clips that have gone crazy about him, it just makes the most sense that he will be the next person y'all push. So it's very frustrating seeing the lack of care and the lack of diligence that AMP kind of is having with him. People can say behind closed doors all you want, but the reality is you need to help that kid in real time right now. I see a lot of the behaviors that they push for him, and I don't really rock with it, bro, because I'm like, this is not good for the youth, bro. This isn't good, at least for what his character, what he's trying to push is. I recently saw a very, very wild video, and I'm gonna show it to y'all too, bro, because a lot of people aren't really understanding that this kid, he's literally just a child, bro. Like, this is not what people, you know, should be expecting. So look, we're gonna talk about this video right here, man, because I think it's a great example kind of what we should expect from Rakai.
Y'all free to go. Y'all free to go. Hey, Biggie and Lil Kim, bitch, who? Okay, hey! Get out the car! Get out, hey!
As you can see, man, this is Rakai, and this is a group of, I guess, like groupies or men or things like that, bro. And look at that kid face, bro. Like, you see that kid face, bro? You don't look like you want to be there. This is the behavior that they're kind of pushing for these youth right now. Like, this is not age appropriate for me, in my opinion, for those type of demographics, that especially for that boy Rakai.
I ain't scared of it. They talking about he's scared of the pussy.
Like, bro, come on now, bro. Like, this is what folks are gonna tell me is what Rakai should be pushing. This is about what they feel should be the next era of AMP. That's laughing stock shit, bro. That's bottom of the barrel shit right there. This kid has the potential to be worldwide, global. He's already has a huge presence, already has a huge online presence, but I'm talking about, I see him being like, I don't think it's a stretch to say that he could be in a similar cut of Speed. Yeah, we're saying that now because Speed is a huge world star, just did the huge Africa tour. But take it back a year ago, Speed wasn't even half this huge. And he was still a global figure, 30 million subscribers. Like, he was huge, of course. But I'm saying, like, his levels of exponential growth, I'm seeing a similar feeling from the kid Rakai. Maybe I'm a glazer. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think, man. I just hate to see young potential stuffed out before it has a chance to really be matured, nurtured, and growed the right way, not the weird industry way. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. We gone.